Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new movie review. This one is for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Now, well, this sequel features less story than the original, which got by on his rhyme tone and imaginative production design. Despite being narratively unsubstantial, each decision director Tim Burton makes here is simply geared towards cartoonish fun in the vein of his predecessor. It's great and it's charming, and it doesn't need to be much more than that. Take us after her initial brush with the strange and unusual former antisocial guy, Lydia Dees now uses her sixth sense to host the popular paranormal TV series Ghost House. With the help of her overraging boyfriend, friend slash manager, Rory, she becomes a minor celebrity, but the past still has a hold on her, not just because she is sports the same updo and spiky fringe as where she was as a teenager. Anytime Lydia spots a black and white strip outfit, she has momentary flashes of the undead bio-SSS Beetlejuice, who tried to forcefully marry her in the first movie. However, Lydia's problems are more wide-ranging than the previous movie, induced with PTSD afflicting her counterparts in other legacy sequels. Her college-age daughter, Esther, who rejects her mother's supernatural claims, is otherwise a mirror image of the model Lydia of the 1988. The death of Esther's father drives further wedge between them. Lydia's stepmother, Delia, continues to be a self-absorbed concept artist, only now on a much larger scale. And her own father, Charles, has recently died a comically horrific death, which feels like a tongue-in-cheek dig at actor Jeffrey Jones, who plays Charles in the original, before later brought up with some serious charges. And that is, of course, why the actor is not brought back for the sequel. But his character's demise plays out at length via CGI assisted with stop motion. And by this approach, no one takes Charles that seriously, though a few characters pretend to for personal gain, which also proves somewhat awkward. After all, his demise is what brings these characters back together at the old maid's Lynn. This house, the setting of the first movie, Burton has always either danced around tea or punctured in with humor, but Beetlejuice does this while also sincerely attempting to confront grief in the form of Asterix's lack of closure with her dad, coupled with the movie's surprising in-world explanation of the ancestors of ghost couple Adam and Barbara Madeline. It feels like this sequel is constantly on the verge of a more thoughtful and reflective approach to mortality, though it keeps zigzagging away from this. Now, unlike other recent Hollywood nostalgia trips, it's nice to see that the original characters have so much screen time, and also for a refreshing change pace. They're done pretty well for themselves. They are not all broken down. Like in some ways, the passage of time has reflected very nice on them. For instance, Delia Dis, Catherine O'Hara, of course, is still at the top of her game, such a talented actress, and I appreciate her artwork in this movie. Because in the first movie, her character is just like a joke, but her character here is really fleshed out, and she seems so much real and relatable, and you could actually understand where she's coming from. Winona Ryder as Lydia Dees, and making her a TV host turned out to be a great idea. That aspect of her character is surprisingly well thought out, and I love the soundstage for her show. And her and Jenna Ortega's mother and daughter storyline is a big winner for me. The element that gives the movie an effective beating heart. And as the newest generations of the woman, Jenna Ortega as Astrid Beast is actually perfect. I was concerned that she'd be too similar to her Wednesday character, considering that the same writers of that show are the same writers here, and also Tim Burton is very heavily involved with the Wednesday show, and he's the director here. So, but that wasn't the case. They made Astrid Deans very much her own character, love her, but also I think she benefits from having, in my opinion, the strongest storyline in the film. Not only because it feels fresh, but also it feels like a lot of classic horror stories, which I love. Then, of course, Beetlejuice. While I was a bit worried about him from the trailers, I'm delighted to report that in the film itself, he does an absolutely wonderful job, picking up right where he left off as the character. And like in the first film, he's still a supporting character, and I think that is still the way to go with it. And he's sprinkled throughout the film, popping up constantly, but then never overstaying his welcome, so he's always a delight when he shows up. Beetlejuice still has a lot of juice left in the character. Monica Bellucci is stunning as Dolores, and I really love her character in this movie. And Justin Theroux and Willem Dafoe, at this point, you know what you're going to get with them, but they are both extremely well cast here, and they give the movie their all, which helps to make it really stand out on its own 2 feet, as well being a sequel to the original film. Danny DeVito also has a cameo here, a very good cameo. Now, I do think the film suffers from not having Adam and Barbara back in it, although I'll get it. Goes down age, which is why Jenny Davis came up with for why she wasn't invited back. And Alec Baldwin, well, he has his own problems. And that element in some of the choices that have been made, I feel like the movie is not as mainstream as the first movie. I feel it's a bit more niche. And I wonder if the more serious elements that hand over the film, like some of the comments about women, then are not fully explored. And so they become questionable. And I do wonder if that will keep this from being like a fun Halloween film for a lot of people, and they can be revisit every Halloween, like the first one. But still is worth watching and go back to this world of the 1988 classic to see what they did, because I did have a wonderful time watching this movie, and I think it's charming, it's a lot of fun, and you're going to have a great time watching it, especially if you seen the first movie and you like the first movie. I think you like the characters, the world building, and all of that stuff, and Tim Burton visual style. Oh, you're going to really enjoy this one. I still highly recommend you go and see it in the theater. So that's my review for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye.